Hello, everybody. Welcome to stream. Welcome to the Monday stream. How? Why am I hearing myself? Why am I? Oh, because for some reason I'm on Twitch with my stream pulled up. That's insane. Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing today? How was your weekend? Mine was pretty good. See, do I need to change this?
Service.
Hello, Dubs. How is you? How's your guys' temp? Let's get the music back on. There we go. How's your guys' weather over there? Has it calmed down a little bit? We actually had some thunderstorms yesterday, which was nice because it cooled things off a little bit. But we're right back up. We're right back up there. Yeah, so as those of you that follow probably noticed, I took the weekend off. And the more I considered things,
Well, I have to go out with the fire victors on Saturday, and today I learned that a buddy and I misbooked a flight.
that's always fun. I hope you're able to get that resolved. I hope you're able to either like get a refund or in some fashion don't have to pay for two different flights. How expensive are plane tickets in Europe? I never really had to look at it myself. I would imagine flights aren't super long, so I would imagine
Nope,
that they're
today.
not. Okay, well that's good. Yeah, I would imagine most flights in Europe are pretty short, so I wouldn't imagine they're too terribly expensive. Obviously, all of that depends on airlines, time of year, where you're going, all that sort of stuff. I'm sure, but yeah, what's airfare like for you guys? Because it can get pricey here, especially if you're looking at round trip. So, a little bit of update I want to go over with you guys.
Now we fly tomorrow night, have to pay 80 euros, lost 44 euro on that flight.
That sucks. For sure. I'm not gonna dismiss that at all. I mean, 40 euros, 40 euro. But it thankfully could have. Well, no. I was gonna say, thankfully it could have been a lot worse, but that never. I don't like that sentiment to begin with. I hate it when people say, well, it could be worse. It's like, yeah, it could also have been better. I'm sorry that happened to you. Hopefully it wasn't too much. Yeah. I'm sorry you have to deal with that. Hopefully, it's the cost of all that isn't going to put you out too bad. Whereabouts are you traveling, if you are okay to discuss such things or want to? So yeah, so I took this last weekend off, and honestly, I
go to London.
liked it. To London? Oh, super cool. Yeah, I can't remember if you were here for the stream where I had like talked about the one time that I was in Europe. It was back in 2010, and we stopped in London for part of that trip, but we did not. It was not for.
And keep interrupting you at a verse.
It's okay, man. I know what streaming's like. There's lag. You know, you're fucking across the world. Like, it happens. Don't worry about it. It's all right. Yeah, I've been to London once, but unfortunately,
Yes, just to annoy you now.
fair enough. Yeah, been to London once, but it wasn't. I didn't get to like be a tourist. I didn't get to walk around the city or anything. We were just we basically flew into London and then went from the airport to a train station, which I actually think the train station may have been in the airport. So we didn't actually even go into the city. Like, my dad and I stepped outside once just to say we were on the streets of London, and I will say, like, the timing of it was funny because as soon as we stepped out, the stereotypical like red double-decker bus drove by. So we did get to see that, and I think either on the train out or the flight in, I managed to see like the Eye of London, but didn't see Big Ben, didn't see like any of the other like I didn't see the Parliament building or any of the other like traditional landmarks or anything like that. So yes, I've technically been to London, but I almost don't count it just because we didn't actually do anything. We didn't see anything. It was basically just our layover between the part of the trip that was on continental Europe, and we were just on our way to Scotland. But that's neat. Is it for business or pleasure? I'm guessing for work, since you said it was with other firefighters.
The fun part is, we arrive at 10:50 p.m. and we can enter the hotel at 3 p.m. the next day XD.
What the fuck are you supposed to be doing for like a whole day then? So you get there at 11 at night and don't have a place to stay until check-in the next day? I hope you have a place to stay or something to do for that day before you're able to check in. Yeah, like I said, I'm guessing it's like work or business related, since you said it was with other firefighters. But for all I know, it could just be a friend. Like, it could just be a non-business pleasure related trip that happens to be with a bunch of firefighters. I don't know. So real quick.
No, it is for a Rocket League game. The firefighters are just a hobby, for now, and we had an alarm at Saturday. Just one friend.
Oh, gotcha. You're traveling? Okay. I'm guessing there's like a Rocket League esports event going on. It's pretty neat. I know I've been seeing a bunch of like streamers and personalities here talking recently, I guess.
Yes.
Gotcha. I guess VidCon is either has already happened or is happening soon. So I've been hearing a lot about that. Well, that's really neat. I hope you have fun. That sounds like it'll be really awesome. I never got into Rocket League. It nothing to do with the game itself or anything. I don't hate it. I have played it on a small handful of occasions. It just, I don't know. It was just one of those ones that I never picked up. It just flew under my radar. No hate or judgment to anyone who does play it or like it. Seems like a ton of fun. It's one of those things I think I should just go ahead and download because it's free, I believe. So I don't really have a reason not to have it. And I have friends that play. I don't know, it just never jumped out at me. Oh, speaking of fucking video games, we got to talk a little bit about Overwatch. Because they made an announcement. It was either this weekend or late last week. That,
Why here it's more a thing for my friend. I just thought, hey London, that will be fun.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, tag along just for a, trip to London. Will be fun. Do you consider English food to be, like, super different from German? Because they seem pretty similar. You both cultures, I think, eat pretty heartily. Also, is tea just way more of, like, just a British thing? Or does, like, Europe in general kind of do the tea time sort of thing? Again, obviously, I know there's the stereotypes, the French
I
drink.
tried that much English food, but I think it is.
It all seems like relatively similar. Definitely a lot of sausage between you guys.
No tea time in Germany.
No? Okay. Because, again, like, people know the stereotypes, for British it's tea, for the French it's wine, for Germans it's beer. But I didn't really... I've never heard of, nor did I get the sense that Germans have, like, 3 o'clock, time to have beer. Like, it just kind of is the stereotypical, thing that you hear Germans drinking, but, like, tea for, like, the British is, like, fucking, like, a religion. Like, there are specific times a day, there are specific ways, whoop, don't know what that was, there are, like, you can only prepare it specific ways and have specific things with it. They seem really anal about it, for lack of a better term. But hey, every culture's got their shtick, right?
Well, I was gone there.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw a flash on the screen. Yeah, it looks like stream went down. But we're back. I think so. Okay. Yeah, just check Twitch and we're still up. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I maybe it's just I like tea. I wouldn't say I hate it at all. But I don't know. I have yet to find, like, any specific tea that just, like, really has blown me away. But at the same time, maybe that's just been my preparation of it.
And the stream died XD.
I guess, I don't know. I guess Twitch was just like, you know what? Maybe let's tone that down a little bit. Maybe let's tone that down a little bit. Wow. Okay, that didn't work at all, did it? Yeah, that's really bad timing.
Greetings to the agent watching the stream.
Yeah, exactly. Um, I don't know. I'm in a brain fog today. I was so exhausted after work today. Mana and I went grocery shopping just before stream, and I was dragging through the store, but it didn't feel like it wasn't like COVID related, like anything like that. I was just tired. It's fucking heat. Like, it's so draining. But I laid down for a little bit and I'm alright. But speaking of that, kind of best segue I've got. So stream schedule is going to be changing a little bit. I think we all knew, and I'm sure I said it at the beginning too, that like I knew that streaming every single day wasn't going to be sustainable. It just isn't. And I don't think you should expect anyone to do that much either. Like, again, if that's like all they do, then great. But I am not there yet. I still have a 9 to 5. You know, I still work full time. Still got, you know, shit to do around the house. I got other things I got to do. You know, Mana and I run a small business. You know, so trying to help them deal with all that in as big of a capacity as I can while still doing my thing. Short, sweet, and to the point. Instead of streaming every single day, it's going to be every weekday. I am going to give myself the weekend, because I only have one day off from work to begin with, and that's my Saturday, and I would like to take it, as well as, you know, giving myself, you know, a bit of a break, time to spend with Mana and my friends, and, you know, to be able to go and do things without the worry and anxiety of canceling stream. So for now, we're essentially doing every day, Monday through Friday, weekends off, still at the same time. I think that's been working out pretty good. But those weekends will also, like, those days off will also give me time to prepare and try and get some ideas for stream as well. I still don't have one for today. We're kind of just hanging out today. But the other thing is, it gives me time to miss you guys too, which I actually really did. Like I said, I'm glad I took those days off to kind of rest and recuperate.
You still won't get rid of me, XD.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm very happy about that. But yeah, you know, it'll give me time to miss you guys, which, like I said, I did. Like, I was looking forward to getting on stream today. I keep feeling like the is that any better? Is that any worse? Doesn't really look like it. Oop. Except the top that you can't see. Let's get rid of that, huh? There we go. That's better. I like that. That's good. Yeah, so weekends off, Monday through Friday. Simple enough. You know, still streaming a ton. Still looking out for whatever the fuck it was. Cheese curd, cheese wedge, cheese crumble? Cheese crumble. Cheese crumble 45. Still looking out for him. Other than that, not really a ton I can think of. Just been going through the process of, you know, changing all the things that said streams every day to, you know, streams every weekday now. But that's really...
Guess Cheese isn't here today too.
Guess not. Where is he? Where's he at? He popped in. He left a follow. Never came in chat and just left. Like a fart in the wind. Like a cheesy, guttural fart in the wind. He was here and then he was gone. Kenobi concluded last week. I can't remember who it was in chat that was asking about it. That may have been you, Dubs. Someone was asking about Kenobi. Yeah, I finished it.
The final was good.
Yeah. I agree. I really like the show. I don't know why it's been getting all the flack that it has been. I think it's very undeserved. It was not a perfect show by any means. But I think those are going to be very far and few between. And I mean, I think we can all recognize it wasn't even like, it wasn't even The Mandalorian. But I definitely didn't think it was as terrible as like a lot of the reviews were making it out to be. I'm getting...
Well, it was not bad, but not very good also. Sadly.
Yeah, like, especially, like, the first half of it, I think it really stumbled. Back half was better. But yeah, definitely, like, first 3 episodes are a little rough.
XD.
Oh my fucking god, dude. It was so terrible. And just the opening shot. Like, the opening shot of showing, the younglings and everything, and so here's the thing. Nothing about the subject matter, nothing about, like, my complaint isn't, showing Order 66 in the temple or anything like that. It's literally, it was the visual effects. It was that clearly post-production done, like, jittery little camera shake. It was so laughable. It was so, like...
The one in Boba wasn't good also.
No. Correct. I also didn't really like Book of Boba Fett. Mostly because they more used it as, Mandalorian Season 2.5 than actually, like, a show about Boba Fett. Because it was also only a couple episodes, right? Like 6 to 8 episodes, and like the majority of that, especially in the back end, had very little to do with Boba Fett. Like there were like 2 or 3 solid episodes that it just was like about the Mandalorian, about Din. And it's
Boba
like
did the uppy side of Kenobi. The first half was good, the end not that much.
Yeah, actually. Yeah. That's
XD.
a very astute observation. I don't know. Like, Book of Boba Fett really stumbled for me. I definitely forced myself to watch it. I remember watching, like, I think I barely got through the first episode, and I was just like, it's not great. I'm not really caring too much. It wasn't until the entire show was out did I, like, go back and watch it, and even then I may have skipped, like, an episode or 2. They just didn't make me care enough. And yeah, it felt much more like they were just using it as a vehicle for the Mandalorian than actually giving Boba Fett, like, his own story and his own time to breathe and, like, be his own character. I am at an angle. It ain't much of one, but I can notice it. Come on, god damn it. Yeah, there we go. Wow, how did that make it worse? Okay. For fuck's sake. You can still hear me, right? It's just the camera. Yeah, I can see my audio levels. Hold on, give me a second. Gonna reactivate the camera. There we go. Okay. Hello. Yeah, it wasn't great. Still super excited for The Mandalorian. You know, I do love it just as much as anybody else, but I also want other things, and like it's not giving me a lot of.
For a series would be a series about Sith Lords and their lives. Like for the big ones, a episode each, and for smaller ones you could put 2 or 3 together.
I agree. I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't think they would. They seem pretty content in. I really wish, because they've built up this whole new thing with it's not called the Old Republic anymore. It's what they're calling it, the High Republic is their new like canon version of all that. I would love a live action High Republic series. Like, go back, 1,000 years to when like there's no connection to anything that's happening right now. No Skywalkers, no Din, no Boba, no Ahsoka, no Palpatine. Just go back 1,000 years, to when the Jedi Order was in its heyday. The Republic was there.
Season 4 is coming, Beverly. We have the 3.
I mean, I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. The Mandalorian is the new big thing. It's basically what's keeping the Star Wars franchise alive right now, if we're being honest.
The Jedi Civil War.
Yeah, show that. Give a. You know what I would love to see, and I'm sure a decent amount of other people would as well.
We just
I know a few
right now. XD.
Yeah, but they're still keeping it like they're hopping back and forth between. The problem is everything we're getting is still within the confines of the Skywalker saga. It's still, we're getting the stuff that's between episode 3 and 4, and we're getting stuff that's between episode 6 and 7. But we're not getting anything after episode 9, and we're not getting anything prior to episode 1 in visual media. They've started doing a lot of books taking place in again, what they're calling the High Republic.
Skywalker Saga Legend, Old Republic, and so on.
Here's what I want. And I know specifically who I would like to work on it as well.
I want live action series or movies in the Old Republic.
Thank you. Again, that's what I'm saying. So now what we generally speaking know as the Old Republic is what they're calling the High Republic. That's
yes.
That's what they're doing. I actually have one of the first books that takes place during the High Republic. I just haven't read it yet. What I would really want is good live action series focusing on Darth Bane. And I want it to be written by...
I love the stories they tell in SWAT the MMO.
Yeah. And I want it to be written,
what would you
at the very
about
least,
live action Clone Wars?
About... I want a Darth Bane show, and I want it to be written by Drew Karpyshyn. Live action Clone Wars? No. I think we've gotten enough Clone Wars. I did like the Clone Wars show. But I also, like, I watched like 1 or 2 episodes of Bad Batch. There was, I think, another show that sprung up that focused on the clone troopers and everything. I just think we have enough.
Of the Skywalker era.
Yeah.
No.never.xd.
No, never? For what? The
Rebels.
Rebels, yeah. That was another one that, like, I watched the important episodes, but overall, I just don't give a shit. I don't care anymore. Rebels was a little closer because it did show us some of the stuff, you know. I liked it enough.
Bad Batch felt like it just a bit up.
Right, exactly. Like, it just, we've seen enough of the Clone Wars now. Like, we get it. Like, what more is there to tell, really? Like, it was a war with clone troopers and droids. We know what was actually going on behind the scenes.
Is a foundation for Ashoka.
Right, and I was excited for Ahsoka until Book of Boba Fett and Kenobi. And even then I wasn't super duper excited because, again, like, I wasn't super into the Clone Wars show. I like Ahsoka as a character. I like Rosario Dawson playing her. I think she does a fantastic job with it. It's got nothing to do with her, or I don't know what it is.
I like the cast.
Yeah, it's same. Like I said, like I don't doubt. What I'm afraid of for Ahsoka is the same thing with Book of Boba Fett, that they are just going to make it another property that people are going to watch for The Mandalorian, like for the Din character, just to, like, hope he comes up. You know, I hope they actually take the time to make a project that takes place during that time, but does not focus on him or anything he's doing. Like, let it be about Ahsoka and the Jedi, and focus on that. Show us how we got to, you know, Luke at the end of episode 6 saying that he's gonna found a new Jedi Order, and then show it fucking happening. Which, granted, we are already seeing a little bit. You know, that was either in The Mandalorian or the Book of Boba Fett, you know, showing Luke starting to build the temple and wanting to take on students and things like that. Also, recast Luke. Stop doing the, what's it called? Deepfakes? Just get somebody. There's gotta be, we know there's somebody out there, and everyone also understands.
I'm not sure if he will be there. We will get a live-action General Thrawn after all.
Thrawn is going to be in Ahsoka. I did forget about that. I am excited for that. Again, I didn't watch a ton of... What would that have been? Rebels? I know who the character is. I know his import. And I'm excited to see it, but I'm not like... You know, I'm not like vibrating with excitement and like I can't fucking wait. But it will definitely be interesting. But the other problem with that too is now you have to justify, like, you have to kill him, right? You have to kill him or exile him or something because he didn't show up in episode 7, 8, and 9. We didn't see him at all in the original trilogy.
And just look at the guy they cast for him. It really fits, I think.
I forgot who did they cast. Who did they get? Who was cast for Thrawn? Lars Mikkelsen. Okay. Wait, hold on. No, that was the voice for him in Rebels. Who will play Thrawn in Ahsoka? I don't think they have the casting for it yet,
I'd
do
like
they?
to see a story for Mara Jade.
I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they're going to make Mara Jade a character.
I mean, as far as we know, he is in the Uncowan regions. Not a good place to be.
No.
And yes, the voice actor is playing him.
Okay, gotcha. I don't know. Any sort of future for Mara Jade isn't, to me, isn't looking great. Just because we're already this deep into where she should have been, and we don't have anything. She would have to be in Ahsoka, right? I feel like if they're going to introduce the character, that's where it's going to be. I would. And even then, I think my biggest thing is there wasn't even a mention of her for 7, 8, and 9, which, granted, we know was a clusterfuck of terrible decisions. And, you know, not that necessarily means fucking anything.
Yeah, she'd have to at least make an appearance.
Yeah, they would have to do something, like, again, like, now. You know, she would have to be either in The Mandalorian or in Ahsoka. But again, kind of similar with Thrawn.
You should delete them. Have you seen the Out of Canaan Star Wars Bisons?
Nope. Which surprised me because, obviously, as you guys can probably figure out by this point, I am a very big Star Wars fan. I am also a very big anime fan. When I saw the trailer for Star Wars Visions, it just didn't click with me. Combining the two, just for me, didn't work.
First episode is actually very cool.
I have no doubt that it's phenomenal. Everyone I've talked to who has watched it has said they're great. There was something about seeing like a stereotypical anime girl using a lightsaber, and I was like, no. Which again, like Star Wars has, especially the early stuff, has such obvious Japanese influences. You know, like I'm pretty sure George has been very transparent with the fact that like a lot of his inspiration came from like Kurosawa films. You know, like Star Wars is basically just, what was it, like Seven Samurai or something like that? So you would think those two things would mesh very well. And again, to a lot of people it does. But just for some reason to me, seeing Japanese animation with Star Wars, and I was like, nah. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. Like I said, I have no doubts that if I watched it, I would be entertained. I think part of my other off-put from it, at least at the time, was this also doesn't have anything to do with the Star Wars canon, so I just didn't care. And I'm not saying that every single thing produced for Star Wars has to be a canonical adaptation or placement into the series. I'm really not. It's okay for things to just be Star Wars flavored and not have to worry about being canon, fitting into a timeline, or anything like that. But it didn't make me
Hashtag
like I didn't
Starkiller.
care. Well, so exactly, like, I don't think the Force Awakens games were ever meant to be canon in any way. But they were still a phenomenal time. I don't know the official stance on Jedi Fallen Order, but I played that game and absolutely loved it. Really excited for the new one. I'm sure they are going to say it's canon just to, because it was a successful property, so they'll use it. I want a Darth Bane show, and I want it written by the guy that did the original trilogy.
We are not. I mean, you can kill Vader and Tay Emperor. Jafo is canon.
Really? Is it? Okay. Again, I figured so. There wasn't necessarily anything in it that I ever thought was like, that there was nothing in it really introduced anything that, yeah, I've seen the trailer for the new one and I'm excited for it. Yeah, there was nothing like new, so... Jesus. Can I help you?
Sorry, I know you're streaming, I just wanted to run this by you real quick before I posted it. Can you read? Sorry, chat. I needed him to proofread something and make sure it was professional.
Might even get in live action Calcantus now that I inkabu it. I think I heard something.
I wouldn't mind it.
What's going on?
Star Wars stuff.
What did you add and change?
Just like capitalizations and commas and things like that need to be in there. Okay.
Does it sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay with this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making sure.
I know, and thank you.
You're welcome. Alright. Love you.
No, me too.
Dinner's cooking.
I want Darth Bane so much. He's been my favorite Star Wars character since I read that trilogy. It's my favorite series of Star Wars books. I love what the author did with the character. And I wish we could see even some of the things that made it into that story played out on the screen. And also just so we have like a good canon version of him. We already and I'm not saying the version that we saw in the Clone Wars was bad. I'm not a super huge fan of some of the choices they made, but it also didn't completely like destroy anything for me. My two biggest things were just the design of basically just making him look like an ancient Vader, and as much as I love the man, Mark Hamill is not necessarily the voice that I would have chosen for a character like Darth Bane. Mark Hamill's very good, and he can be sinister. But it just, if you took the concept of Darth Bane as we knew him, I don't think it just isn't the right fit for me. That being said, I could see them doing a great job with it. But like I said, I would really want Drew Karpyshyn, I don't really know how to pronounce his name. I would want him to be involved with it, because I think he did a phenomenal job, and I think would continue to do so if presented the opportunity. For all I know, maybe he doesn't want anything to do with it. Maybe he doesn't want to do it, even if maybe they have presented the opportunity to him. I don't fucking know. But I highly doubt it, seeing as they haven't been focusing on, for their live action stuff, they have not been focusing on anything prior to episode 1. And I don't really think we're looking at anything either. Like the basic like roadmap of releases and everything, it didn't look like anything was going to take place, High Republic era. Which again is sad, because it's such open fucking territory. You can, like, at this point, like, especially since you're like building a new canon, you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. Seeing if the author of those books has done anything, what he's been up to recently, whether he's still. Oh, he also did a bunch of the Revan stories that people really like. He wrote the book in 2011. It was just called Revan. I think I read that one, even though Revan's another character that I don't really know a ton about. But I know he's super interesting, and I know a lot of people really like him. Yeah, he hasn't really done anything in a while.
Is it still canon that Pligoose was alive during episode 1?
I don't believe so. Anything before the Disney purchase is considered non-canonical. It's under the umbrella that they call Legends. And I think the Plagueis book is included in that. I think his whole story is considered part of that. Not, whole story, but that book that came out is considered non-canon anymore. I have an inclination that they did something with him, though. Hold on. Fucking oh my god. Yeah, you're not hearing yourself right now. My web browser crashed. $32 BBY would not I don't think I don't know where that puts it. 32. I don't know when episode 1. I can't remember the exact the years that they put for that. Start of the Clone Wars. Okay. Hold on, let me get TTS back up and running. should be good there.
TDS check.
There we go. Yeah, hold on. Because... Yeah, so the book Darth Plagueis is considered Legends. But there was something was telling me that they did write something for him
UPS
in
no, I
canon.
stand correct at 10 year Beverly the Clone Wars.
10 years before the Clone Wars, which would have been around episode 1. Yeah, of course. You?
Jep, it is episode 1.
Every core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Well, I'm trying to get my browser. Nope, that ain't it. There we go. Okay, so I see it died 32 BBY on Coruscant, but let's see what the... Okay, so the source for that is the book, which isn't considered canon anymore. I believe. See, it released in 2012. Disney purchase of Star Wars. Ooh, it's cutting it close. Let me look again, because October 30th, 2012. And it came out January of that year.
I think it's Legends.
Yep. Just barely, but it is. So yeah, that was actually one of the last few things that was. It's also already been 10 years since Disney bought Star Wars. I'm so old. I know I'm really not, but Jesus, it does not feel like it's been 10 years. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. A limited series similar to Kenobi focusing on Palpatine could be very interesting.
Another question just popped in my mind. Do you know Force Sprint?
Yeah. I am aware of the ability
Or maybe
in general.
Force Dashing?
Yeah. We still technically see it in episode 1. Right? There was a moment that they showed Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon using it to get away from some of the droids.
The FING only time. Why didn't they used it more often?
do you want... I'll give you both answers. I'll give you a both in-universe and an out and a our universe answer for both those things. In-universe, easy explanation. It puts too much of a strain on the body, and or it's just a technique that is very difficult to use, much less master, and so therefore we see very few practitioners. Real world answer, out of Star Wars universe answer, budget. It would just be a lot of money to do the visual effects for it, and to not make it look stupid or goofy. Because I think at that point you're also getting into the territory of speedsters, you know, like superhero speedsters like the Flash and things like that, but in Star Wars, and I just don't think they want that overlap. You know, it's fine as a quick little gimmick for one or two things, and I think it fits better in like video games where you can, I think, present it in a better fashion. But yeah, I think it's just budget. I think that's really it. Do you like that?
So, you are saying we could have a Jedi Wolverine, straight face?
I'm sure we could. Technically speaking, yeah. How do we get on the subject of Star Wars? I think I just brought it up. I was so I will say.
Deadpool, wow, be more fighting, I guess.
I only ask because I just realized talking about Star Wars was not planned. Right. Talking about Star Wars was not planned. And yet I did title this "I'm Back from Space." That is the title of the stream. So that worked out. I think I'm gonna cut it short today.
Coincidence? I think not. Underscore.
Never any coincidences. I think I'm gonna end stream there today. Like I said, like I'm a little low energy today. I'm kind of tired. Still in the recovery process. And there wasn't really a huge turnout today, and I'm still kind of playing the numbers game to hit affiliate, so I'm trying to keep streams with a lower average view count to a minimum. I hate to be playing the game, but so yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it off there for today.
I was about to say bye anyways, so that plies out for me XD.
Well, there you go. So, alright guys, thank you for the people that showed up, of course. We'll be live again tomorrow, same time. As usual, I have no fucking clue what we'll be doing. Good night to you, Dubs, and good night to everybody else. VOD for today's stream will be up on the YouTube channel by 10 a.m. tomorrow. Check out the Facebook, the Discord, the Twitter. Best ways to stay up to date and to interact with the community off stream. I also have a donations page. That'd be really nice. All proceeds go directly back into stream to get better new equipment to make your guys' experience better. That's all for now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, I couldn't do this without you guys. You guys are what make this. I love you. See everybody tomorrow.